What's up, everybody, and happy Friday, September the 25th. I hope everyone is doing well. I am happy today is Kenzie's 1 month birthday, I should say. He's 1 month old today. Very happy about that. Also happy that Nancy Pelosi has decided to finally go forth and produce a new coronavirus stimulus package. This package is going to be significantly less than what she tried to push forward and what was passed in the House bill, the HEROES Act, but it still will include many other things that we need right now to keep our economy moving forward. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you the details and talk about everything coming up next. Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr., and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you get an update each time I post a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So let's get right into our topic for today. And it's not going to be a long video, but I'm going to read from my notes that I have here so I make sure we get everything to you correctly. So this is from an article that was produced by the Wall Street Journal, and it talks about the new proposal that Nancy Pelosi is going to bring forth with the House of Representatives that potentially may garner support from both sides of the aisle. So this new bill is going to be a scaled down version of the HEROES Act, which was passed about 4 months ago in the House of Representatives. And it's going to include assistance for airlines, restaurants, small businesses, and it does not detail that it's going to have room for direct stimulus payments to individuals. But the way it looks, it appears that it will have that in there. We're still waiting for the final draft of the bill to be published so that we can see all of the details in there. But as of right now, it is aiming for a total price tag of $2.4 trillion. Now that's a lot of money, but it's really much less than what the HEROES Act was looking at. The HEROES Act was passed at $3.5 trillion. So this cuts off $1.1 trillion of relief aid to the citizens in this country. And you may ask, now, how are they doing this? How are they cutting out so much of the relief? This is done primarily by shortening the period of time in which the relief will be offered. Now, we know the unemployment insurance, the $600 that they want to provide on a weekly basis going forward, was designed, when they wrote in the HEROES Act, it was designed to start in August and go through January of 2021. So it's not explicitly spelled out in this article yet, but I believe that the bill will have something drafted that will probably shorten the unemployment scenario, or at least the payments in the unemployment arena, down from what is possibly a 5 to 6 month period of time frame to possibly something that is more shorter and short term to maybe a 2 to 3 month time frame in there. Stay tuned. That's still waiting to see what the outcome will be of that. As soon as I get more information about that or more clarity about that within this bill, I will provide you with an update. So it says here, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer said that on Thursday that the effort was about to find a deal that both chambers could accept and was non-committal on whether the House would vote on the legislation without an agreement with the White House. So this is something that's kind of important too. Previously, when the CARES Act was passed, there was already bipartisan support from both sides of the aisle for the CARES Act, and there was already support from the White House that the CARES Act would be signed into law. Now, this is something that we did not see most recently with the skinny bill by the Senate, nor with the HEROES Act by the House of Representatives. So each arm of Congress pretty much just pushed their own legislation or pushed their own bill through within their party and was able to get it passed, although the Senate bill, the skinny bill, didn't get passed. But they moved forward with a vote on their bills without having buy-in or without having any handshake support from the other side of the aisle. We would hope that moving forward now, since we've seen how it works when you don't speak with each other and when you don't communicate across the aisle, we would hope that moving forward, that both sides of the aisle will come together, communicate, and have at least some sort of agreement in place before moving forward with the vote on this new bill. Now, the one thing that has been positive recently is that Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin have been on the phone daily. They have been discussing the bill and signing the bill into law to keep the funding for our country going through the end of this year. And in those talks, they have also mentioned the coronavirus stimulus package that they want to produce and want to come together and provide. Now, it's very important that we see something provided before Congress goes on break again in October. So there is a lot of push and there is a lot of, I should say, chatter in all of the different caucuses in Congress, as well as the different constituents of the communities around this country, pushing forward for their legislation and their legislators in their community to provide another economic stimulus plan. There's a lot of people still unemployed. There's a lot of businesses that are hurting right now. There's a lot of families that are home and that are homeschooling their kids, and that's creating additional expenses. And some of those things were not factored in when the CARES Act was passed back in March. So there is a definite need right now for additional stimulus, additional economic support from a federal level. And hopefully we will not be held in, hopefully we will not be held in political hostage is what I'm trying to say, going forward, and that Congress will come together and get something approved and passed. So some of the things that this legislation will potentially provide is an extension to the popular Paycheck Protection Program. So what we know about the PPP loans is that many companies did take advantage of the PPP loans that were able to. Not all small companies qualified for it. For example, I didn't qualify for it because I wasn't big enough of a small company to qualify for the PPP loan, unfortunately. And many of the larger companies that did qualify for it and that didn't receive it, some being like the Los Angeles Lakers and Auto Nation, they actually returned the money and never used it. So as a result of that money being returned and as a result of a lot of it not being disseminated and some of it going unused, there's approximately $130 billion that was approved previously in the previous economic stimulus for the PPP loans that has not been touched as of yet. The hope is that many of the small businesses that are out there will have a chance or a second chance to go and tap into that $130 billion, or possibly, it is my thought and my wish that we could possibly reposition or repurpose some of that money, that $130 billion that is out there, if we could repurpose it towards some of the strategic programs that are needed, such as feeding the homeless, feeding children, providing some of those economic stimulus payments to citizens of this country again, and providing more testing and more supplies. There was a deadline that is still present out there for that $130 billion, which is December 31st. But as it is right now, there are no new applications that are coming in as a result of the CARES Act. It seems like everyone that was able to apply already applied. And those that still need help and still need funding and additional financing are waiting on the sidelines for legislation to change to open up the doors for them to be able to apply for that. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.